Hello guys, and in this video we're going to talk about how we can create an HTML form that allows data submission for different pages inside of your application. So we're going to be using PHP, which in turn uses the HTTP protocol to allow data submission. So in my project, I'm just going to create a couple of new files. One is going to be signup.php, and then the other one is just going to be confirm.php. So the idea here is we're just going to mimic the situation where people are signing up on a website. That's going to be on signup.php, and then essentially once they put in their information, we're going to take the user to a different page, confirm.php in this case, which is going to pretty much confirm the user's submission. So essentially, as of now, in this video, we're not going to really talk about databases. We're just going to send the data. In the next video, we're just going to essentially take it from here and allow the data that the user would, kind of use for the sign up to be saved to the database. So let's go ahead and first of all, let me open my template file, copy this, and paste that in these two pages because it's just going to be the same. So in sign up, let me just give a title. So sign up page. Remember, this page, by the way, is .php, and in PHP files, it's completely fine to have even only HTML, no problem. But obviously, you cannot have PHP files or PHP code in .html files. It's not going to work. So now for this one, what we're going to do, let's have like h3, so sign up form, and then just like what we did in class before closing, remember there was HTML form tag we used, and I'm just going to actually close the form. And then for the form, it's pretty much simple. It takes two different attributes, the method, which is like the HTTP method that's going to be used to send the data. So we're going to do post in this case, and then action, which is going to be once we submit the form, what's the next page that the user are going to go to. In this case, it's going to be confirm.php, and we're just going to make actually our form really simple. So we will have different paragraphs. Each one is just going to represent kind of like an item that we're trying to get from the user. So let's say like full name, and then this is going to be input type equal text. We need to give it a name actually. In this case, the name is just name. And I think that would be it. I'm just going to copy this now. And then let's say we want the user like email address and phone number. Email and phone. So now we just need a couple different inputs. One is the submit button for the form. I'm just going to give it a label through the value attribute. Submit. Let's add a couple non-breaking spaces. And then let's have another input. Now in this case, the type is reset. The value is reset form. And I think that would do it. So if I now go to sign up.php, that's the form. If I click submit, notice I go to confirm.php. As of now, it's empty, so that's why you just see empty page. So now the idea is really very simple here. Remember when we give each input element a name? So that's how this element is going to be recognized. Now in this case, I need to make changes because they all have the name, which is wrong. So this is going to be something like email. This is going to be phone. So now as we submit, the next page confirm.php should recognize each one of these by its name. But obviously it's not going to recognize it, by itself. We have to tell it how to recognize each element. So in PHP, there is something called super global. So super global are kind of like arrays, and then those arrays are associative arrays. And essentially, when you submit the form, you can have an array that will have key name, and then another cell with the key email, and then another cell in the key phone number. The value in each of those cells is just going to be whatever the user would submit. So remember associative arrays from the last video, that's going to be exactly that one. And then essentially the way we're going to access those values that the user would submit is just going to be through the array name and then the keys for each cell. In this case, the array would contain 3 cells, and as I said, they're not going to be numerically indexed. They're going to be kind of like string based keys, and the keys are just going to be whatever you provide. So it's just completely up to you to give those values for the names of each element. So now in this page, essentially what's going to happen is I'm just going to have PHP inside of the body. So let's say confirm sign up page. Now it's just going to be PHP, and let's say now we have echo. Now let's say like welcome. Now again, if I just want to echo this name, it's just going to be something, again, like super global array, which is $sign for variable. And then these super global arrays, they are essentially after the $sign, there is underscore, and then there is an array called post. And the reason we actually use post is because if you look at the input element, the method we use to kind of send the data is the HTTP post. So that's why this is the array post. Remember the other method, which was get? There's another actually super global array called get. But again, we talked about get and the fact that it's not secure. So we're not going to really talk much about it. It's just going to be post, and then the key, which is the name of the input element that you used. So in this case, it's just going to be name, or I could use email, I could use phone number, and then let's actually have like a paragraph for this, and then paragraph. So that's pretty much it. So if I refresh the page now, so just enter some name, like full name, so this name, email, some numbers, submit, welcome, test name. So that's how we were able to send the data from one page to another. If I wanted to actually print, other things like, something like the email address you used is, you just post the email, and that's it. So now again, refresh, test name, test at test.com, some numbers, submit, the email address you used is test at test.com. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this one. Now in the next video, again, kind of reiterated what I just said in the beginning of the video. We're just going to actually take these values that the user provided and then put that inside of our database. Okay, so hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.